What's up, YouTube? We back with another video with it today, man. And for this one, man, I kind of want to talk about something that's heavily been on my mind for quite some time now, man. I would say the last week and a half. Part of my series, and I hope y'all been enjoying the series I've been putting out lately about, being a doer, being an accomplisher. I've been putting in some work, man, really coming out with these motivational vlogs. I feel like this is where a lot of us are really at in our life. And some of us, man, we really just want better for ourselves, man. You know, we know that God wants us to have better and so forth. But yeah, something I've really been thinking about lately, man. I guess I would title this, You Be the Change. I would say in the world we live in, man, we look at our political leaders, we look at our pastors, we look at people that's in our life, people that we look up to, people that's very influential to us, people that are role models. And although those things are good, I believe that everybody in their own individual way is called to make a change in the world for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'll start with me. Part of me, man, coming out with these motivational vlogs, helping people to see a better tomorrow, man, when they thought there was none. You know what I'm saying? That's really what this channel was for, man. It was not based off of, Destin Ministries or Stephen Darby Ministries. It wasn't based off my father. It wasn't really even based off me, man. This was just to help people that really needed to hear words of affirmation, man, and words of encouragement from a young black man. Because as young black men, it's very hard for us to stay positive, for us to believe that we can do a lot, man, and succeed. And so I wanted to bring people that type of joy and enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? The same joy and enlightenment that I be feeling when I'm doing my motivation for myself. Because again, I'm speaking to me when I'm doing this. As I said, everybody's not called to preach. I'm not a preacher. I'm not called to do that, but I do inspire people when I talk. I'm a very good motivational speaker. So I'm gonna motivate you with my words to bring you that encouragement that you need, because that might be something that you need to hear that day. You know what I'm saying? So I guess in the way I'm saying is that everybody has their own artistic vision of how they can change the world. We grow up a lot and we always say, like, you can change the world, man in the mirror. What can I do to influence others to change society? And so I think what's been going on with a lot of us, man, is that lately, especially in our society and our communities, man, we've been kind of relying on somebody else to do it. And I think that's why I came out with this series and these motivational vlogs as of lately, is to get you to understand that you can do it. You got the power to change your life, and you got the power to change your situation. You got the power to change your community and your society. You don't necessarily have to wait on somebody else to do it. Because honestly, I guess what I've been looking at too is that a lot of people are waiting for somebody to do it, but ain't nobody gonna do it. We talk a lot, man, heavily about change and heavily about we need a leader. And we need somebody to stand up and represent. We need somebody to usher in others and I'm like, why can't we be the ones to do it? I don't necessarily, as I said in my vlogs before, I don't necessarily need a white man to come and imbibe the community and fix it. I don't need Obama or Kamala Harris or Trump. I can do works in my community. They're not responsible for my life, man. I am. Mom and daddy do what they can to raise you. But when you get out here in the real world on your own, that's on you. And I feel like that so many people are stuck being a child in the mind. And especially in our community, as the black community, we always looking for somebody to do it for us because we don't want to put in the work. And all this channel was really based off of was getting you to understand how to put in the work for yourself, because I can talk you up from the floor up all day. I can put you on a high pedestal, make you feel as great as you want to be. If you're not willing to change your life, my words is meaningless. It don't mean nothing. When I started this journey, man, of doing this channel, that's kind of what I was dealing with myself, was that I can want to feel good all I want to. I can say all the great words. I can watch all the motivational videos. I can pray as much as I want to. But if I'm not willing to change my life and my situation, nothing I do is going to change. And it's going to mean nothing. Faith without works is dead. We can holler about this and holler about that, and they did this and they did that in the community and the society. But if we're not willing to put in our 2 cents to change something, then it's not going to be changed. One thing my daddy always told me, man, because we bought a house in pretty much the hood, and the hood was getting kind of, gentrified, but it was still the hood. You know what I'm saying? And I kept wondering why we was always taking care of, because it was some trap houses right next door. And we had some, the dope stroll up the street, you know what I'm saying? And we was always going and fixing up some of these places, getting the graffitis off the wall, you know what I'm saying? Getting the trash off the street. And I kept wondering, I was like, Daddy, why are we doing this? This ain't even our property. This ain't my problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't mine. I don't care about it. I don't want this. But he had told me something, man, that stuck with me to this day. And he said, son, where you live at is important. He said, if you let them break in that house, they're going to break in your house. He said, if you let them graffiti on that wall, they're going to graffiti on your wall. He said, if you let them tear up that stuff, they're going to come and tear up that stuff. If you let them steal from that house, they're going to steal from yours. He said, you take care of where you live at because your environment is important. And ever since then, that had stuck with me. Because if we were going to change our community, it was going to be up to us. I can't rely on the church next door to do it. I can't rely on some of the people in the community to do it because they might not necessarily know or care. But it was my responsibility to do it because of where I lived and what I was looking for. What I wanted was change, and what I wanted was growth and development in our community. You know what I'm saying? So even with that being said, seeing how a lot of people, man, they've been trying to do that in their life and they just haven't had, like, they know they want to do something, but they don't know what to do. They want somebody to step up to the plate. Like, they looking for a pastor, they looking for another Darby, they looking for a world leader or a president, but they don't understand you got the power to do it. God gave you the authority to do too. There's nothing wrong with your hands, man. And I talk so hard and passionate, especially on my live streams, man. I talk good and crazy on there. Because I'm like, no, we got to understand how serious this is. People are always looking for somebody else to do something when you got the authority to do it as well. Nothing wrong with your hands that you can't pick up some trash, man. That's why it's important to understand when you serve, when you go to a ministry or when you go to a job or when you're in somebody's household or when you're doing for others that you want others to do for you. That's the importance of understanding that, because you understand that change starts with you. You can get out there and clean the streets. You can get out there and pick up the trash. Get the graffiti off the wall. Get the broken glass up. Don't let your kids tear stuff up. Small things is how change starts. And if you're not willing to be the one to start the small thing, then how are you going to be able to manage the big thing? Everybody want to be a pastor. Everybody would love to be Pastor Darby. But they don't want to do the small stuff that Pastor Darby had to do. They don't want to do the labor for 20, 25 years he had to do before he was even at that level. He was always a guy that wanted change in his community, in his life, for others around him. Those of y'all have never met him, this is the guy he was. You see him up on stage, but he was always in the community doing the small work. He wanted to be a change. We wasn't waiting on no other Martin Luther King Jr. We weren't waiting on another Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Obama. You had to be the one to do it. And I told myself, I said, we're looking at all these people, man, building big corporations. They building big foundations, charities, legacies. And we don't think that could be us. I say, you know, I'm sick and tired of going to these communities, man, and seeing that our people destroyed. Seeing that they have no hope for tomorrow. They don't believe they can get off government assistance. They ain't got no money for the bills. They're going to get put out. There's not really no charity funds. Nobody's helping them. Nobody's doing nothing. And I got sick of it, and I was like, man, why ain't there some type of foundation? Why ain't there something that somebody can do? And I'm like, dummy. I'm looking at myself like, dummy. You can do. Are you serious about changing something? I'm like, well, dude, you can start the foundation to change this. I want to be able to have foundations and funds, man, to help people out with their rent. Give people jobs if need be. Get their kids off the street, man, so we ain't got to scrape them up. I go see them in a cemetery or jail. So how do we change it? I said, well, I don't necessarily know. I said, well, change starts with the small stuff. And I said, this channel was part of that. And the channel is still part of it. And I'm still reaching people of that demographic that want to hear. I get people all the time that listen to me of that demographic. Because change starts right here. I don't necessarily need $1 million right now. I would love it if I had an extra $1 million to go help. But I said, this is how you change stuff. You can give a fool $1 million. If they don't know how to be wise with their money, what are they going to do? Go spend it on candy paint. Stupid stuff they don't need. Being childish with their funds, man. Change starts in the mind. And when you could change the mind, you could change the surroundings in the area. You could change your community, man. You could change your family. You could change your life. That's why I said I'm so passionate about this type of stuff, because I'm like, dude, I kept saying it's going to take somebody to do this. It's going to take somebody to help people out here nowadays. People are lost. People are mental, man. People are going through it. People are struggling. And I'm like, dude, you can be the one to change it. What's wrong with your hands? You already doing something. People are telling me all the time they influenced by the music that I do. They watch me of what I'm doing, and that influences them. That changes their morning. That changes their outlook and perspective on the world, on everything. You have the power and the ability to do. You're already doing it. You're doing more than what most people are. It's not a bragging situation. But I said, but you already doing something right now. So what can you do within the next couple of months? I'm watching young black entrepreneurs. People that's like in their 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And they are changing the world by teaching people what they know. And sometimes ain't nothing worse than a Negro that got the crab in a bucket mentality. But these people are breaking that chain and that cycle to teach others, man, that need to hear it. And I said, that is going to be me. I can't just make it and watch everybody else go through it, man. I got to tell my story. That's what me telling my story was maybe somebody is going through the same thing I went through. Maybe somebody going through something worse that I can reach. Maybe somebody going through something I've never been through, but they just need to hear somebody speaking words of encouragement and motivation, and people listen to me. It's not that they just know the Darby name or they know my peoples, man. People knew me without even knowing who Daddy is. They don't know me like that, but they know me. And everywhere I go, man, people are drawn to what you say. And I kept saying, I said, dude, you are the one that can make a difference. You can be the dude that is the man in the mirror that changes the world. There's nothing stopping us from doing this, man. I'm tired of seeing young black brothers getting scraped up, man. I'm tired of seeing my people destroyed for a lack of knowledge. I'm tired of feeling like that we ain't nothing but a bunch of low downs, man. Bunch of people that can't never do nothing right, can't never have no financial freedom. All we are slaves to the system. We're slaves in our mind. We're blaming the white man. We're blaming mom and daddy. We're blaming baby daddy, girlfriend. Somebody said it's my childhood. Oh man, it's just ain't fair. It's like, what can we do to change that? Change starts with you. You don't necessarily need another leader or another pastor. All they're gonna do is tell you how to do it. And that's why I keep trying to tell people, it's like, bruh, all their job is to lead you to God, to show you how to get to God, how to do the right things to influence your life. They're not going to change it for you. You got to be the one that wants that and that does that. I'm very serious about this type of thing. I know I joke around a lot, man. If you know me, I can't take nothing serious. I play too much. Watch my live streams, you don't believe me. But when it comes to stuff like this, I'm extremely serious. People are hungry, man. They looking for somebody to kind of help them. You give them God and you give them knowledge. And that's why I say a lot of times people do got God, but they ain't got no knowledge. And God is sitting here trying to show people knowledge, but they don't want to learn. They don't believe that it's possible because they're so used to being told what to do. It's the same with the politics. Whether you political or not, I'm not, but I understand when it comes to that type of side, again, people are telling you what to think and how to vote and how to feel and how to view things. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that is your freedom of choice, right? Sometimes you might be like, I don't want to be in either one because that's just my point of view. That's why I say it's very important to think for yourself, man, because if you don't, you're going to run with the crowd and you're going to let somebody influence you. You're going to let somebody tell you something wrong. You're going to let people make you do stuff that you ain't supposed to be doing. If I'd have listened to people a long time ago, dude, I would have tried to be like my daddy. And me and my daddy are nothing alike. We got the same mannerisms. We got the same kind of characteristics, but our personality traits and what we called to do is totally different. And Daddy even knew that. Daddy always told me, he said, son, you're not me. And I'm like, I understand, I'm not you. His thing was preaching. My thing is the music. Maybe I got a thing for teaching, but I'm definitely not what he is. And I'm not trying to be, man, I'm me. And if I would have listened to people, I would have let them peer pressure me into being him. And that would have messed up a lot of my journey and a lot of my calling, because that's not what I'm called to do. So that's why I said I don't really care what everybody got to say, man. I don't care what everybody feeling. Who cares? You don't know nothing. I'm trying to help those that do want to know something. That's why I started this channel in the first place. I didn't start this channel to get a payout. I didn't start this channel to get nowhere fast. To get recognition of Daddy's name. I started this channel, man, because people wanted to hear what I got to say, because I was going through a time in my life that I needed to hear what I had to say. And I told myself, I said, Steve, you're going to do something great. I said, with your music, with your channels, with business ideas, with foundations, the community, the world, you're going to do something good. Because people are looking for that and they need that. I really advise you to learn to think for yourself as well, man. Never despise small beginnings, because your small beginnings is going to lead to your success. You know what my greatest video will be? Even though I'll end up doing videos in the future that get 500,000 views, 1 million views, whether it's on here or TikTok or Instagram or somewhere, Facebook, whatever. My greatest video will always be my first, because my first one was where I started. You might not remember 1,000 videos. You can ask every YouTuber. They might not remember the 3,000 videos they've ever done within their 20-year career, but they remember that one video. They usually remember two, that first video they ever did and the one that got them big. Those are always going to be your greatest stories, because you remember. I'm looking at my old stuff and I remember where I was when I made that. My old music, where I was when I made that, how I was feeling, the situation I went through, what God was dealing with me with, what I was going through in my own personal life. And I said, I'm tired of my situations. I'm tired of feeling like I can't do. I'm tired of feeling like that I can't influence, that I can't change stuff. I said, I can do anything that I want to do. I can do anything through Christ that strengthens me. And I can do anything because I got the faith. I'm not sitting right here walking around defeated, man. I'm done with that poverty mindset. I'm done with that feeling like you can't do nothing, man. What's wrong with us? Do you want to do something about it or not? Don't wait for nobody. You be the change. Never despise small beginnings, because your small beginning is always going to lead up to your success. I'll probably do a part 2 on this series, man. I got a lot to do, man, with this motivational series, because a lot got to be said. Somebody's got to say this, man, because there's people that need to hear this. And I want people to hear everything that I'm saying. If you don't take away from nothing that I say, who cares? I don't care. I want those that want to listen. I'm not here to please the crowd of everybody. I don't care about everybody. I care about the ones that want to listen to what I'm saying, because they matter. And they can change the world. Somebody in this chat watching this video is going to change something. Comment down below, man, what you think on this journey, man, that I'm going on with y'all. Whatever's going on, man, like I said, God's gonna keep blessing us and using us, and we gonna get there together. One win, we all win, and I want y'all to win just as much as I do. It's your boy Simply Steve, man, coming to you from San Antonio with this lovely background and this lovely weather out here, man. Until next time, man, we out of here. Y'all stay humble, stay prayed up, and just keep doing the right thing, man. It's always about doing the right thing. I'll catch y'all in the next video, man. Peace.